We have now returned once the kitchen is complete to see the whole thing in place. So we will look at the underfloor heating, the whole system from one end to another. The system is housed inside one of these cupboards here, so let's just quickly come down. On the top section here we have the boiler, as you can see it. It's a normal boiler, it's not a combi boiler, it's a Prototon Suprema. And what we did, we are leaving it to work constantly, so both lights for heating and hot water, they're on. We don't touch that, but we control the pumps using the two-way ports. So the first pump there is the pump for the rest of the house. And then here we have the two-port valve which controls the underfloor heating, which is further below here. So that two-port valve controls the pump that you see down here. And we can also see that we have the manifolds. So on the top is the in and on the bottom is the out, and what we have used there is two HomeMatic TRVs, which are corresponding to zone 1 and zone 2. The two TRVs are constantly measuring the temperature and are sending the information to the central control unit where the program is stored, and from there command is being given to a wireless switch which starts or stops the motorized valve, and that one will then open and close the circuit for the underfloor heating, and at the same time will start or stop the recirculation pump. So that switch is located in the second cupboard, and you can see it barely at the end of this cupboard. So it's a 4-channel, so this is on channel 1, and we will see how it works. So without further ado, we will now take the mobile phone where we can see the setting for the kitchen. Here we are. So you see that the preset temperature is 23 for zone 1 and 24 for zone 2. However, the actual temperature is 25.4 for zone 1 and 26.5 for zone 2. As such, the valves are open 0% in zone 1 and 7% in zone 2. We have written a program to say if the percentage opening is equal or less than 7%, that stop the recirculation pump. So if we look at the pump, you see that the pump is not started yet. Now what we're going to do, we're going to set up the temperature in zone 2 to a higher value so that we will force it to open the valve. So say we're doing 30, apply that. What we have now, we have a temperature of 26.5 with a target temperature of 30. So that means there is additional demand. So just have a look now at the whole system and just see what's going to happen. So the pump would start to do the recirculation. There you saw it. So that green LED there means that the pump is working. Right. And if we look at the manifold, we shall see that in zone 2, this one here, you see that there is water because the pin has retracted, which means that the valve, the TRV below it, is open. So this is how the system works. Everything goes through the central control unit, and everything is automated by the same principle. You can start and stop the rest of the radiators in the house, and finally you can start and stop the boiler based on whether there is any request for heat or not. There we go. The pump stopped. Now let's just take a look and see how we're doing on the temperatures. So we see now that we have a 7% opening of the valve in zone 2. So I have a target temperature of 24, but an actual temperature of 27, which means there is no request for heat. There is no request in zone 1 as well, because we have a target temperature of 23 with an actual temperature of 25.7 and a percentage opening valve of 3%. Because both conditions are yes, then the valve stop the recirculation pump. So this is the easy piece of it. So we've seen how it works, everything being automated. Everything is being automated by means of creating a program in the central control unit. So here we have a list of programs, and we're just going to focus on the program which says underfloor heating pump off. Press the edit on that just to see it. So we have a program, pretty simple, which says if the device, which is the TRV for zone 1, has a position of the valve of less than 7%, and the second TRV for zone 2 has also a position of equal or less to 7%, then what we do, we select the kitchen pump relay and we switch it off immediately. So this is how the Drayton 2 valve port is switching off the whole recirculation pump.